Yeah, I was going to the beach, but wasn't really feeling it. Give it a bit of a break. So, not sure. I don't know why there's an NPC topic to go into, but I'm feeling it. To go into I don't know, the NPCs with no soul. I guess little by little those will be more detected over time. They're the ones that are easily to be controlled. They have to feel almost robotic. Of course, they come off as real as possible, like anything else. But also, it's like they're there but not there. Like they're there but they have no real significance to anything. Sort of just, and they are created by obviously archon beings, also demonic beings too. It doesn't mean they have to be a demonic being. They can be just an average person, but just it's just sort of clutter the frequencies and continue the mind control. That's why you see the spiritual communities get so easily hijacked and everything, because there's a bunch of non-souls there, empty soul frequencies. So I believe in time that will be clear. It's not. They are out there, obviously, but it's not that. I guess it's just not that important of a subject matter. Especially where, it seems like things are so slow as for the timeline unraveling. It's almost like it's a slow week. Based on a global scale. Of course, news-wise, they're going to be crying about something. That's just all they can do. They have to push people's buttons. That's the point. Well, it's a test. So, there are even the news people. A lot of them are demon-type beings or demonic. Because they're just sort of poke people. That's what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to be. Of course, they come off as probably as the most attractive people ever. And they're just like poking people with a stick. So they use looks to manipulate. Like what is it? I forget the name of it. There's a movie about that or something. Not exactly like that, but anyway, the pretty people are manipulating society as usual. And a lot of them are empty vessel. No soul. There's something there. Well, obviously it's like a puppet. Being. I mean, it's entities enter and do their thing, and then I feel like they live the most average life. They have to have some kind of backstory. You can't just appear and disappear. Not if they're in the news. Not if they're in the. I guess they could, but for the most part, they have some kind of life here physically. Well, they can come from another Earth or some kind of program or society. I mean, it's kind of messed up. Like they can, because they can. It was like something out of a movie, right? From what I'm feeling, they can the demonic energies. They can manifest the person here to come into our timeline and manipulate it, and then they're gone. Like, well, whatever happened to such and such? Oh, they went to Cleveland or something or wherever. And they're gone from this reality. They could still be here energetically to some level. It doesn't mean they have to exactly exist. That sounds like such a movie. But, that's what it's all based off of reality anyway. No, but you can track it. And they can also come back into this reality and then go back out of it. What the fuck? You can only really, just whatever is in your reality. I mean, like you can, because everything else is projected to you from somewhere. You don't know if it's real or not. Exactly. Is space real? Have you been out there recently? I mean, you've been outside, but I imagine most people have been outside. But have you actually been out, outside the planet? It could be anything there, exactly. So anyway, those that are looking for a spiritual development, well, I mean, isn't that part of the spiritual growth, is recognizing that understand the reality that's around you, because you might ignore it, might not believe it, which is understood because it's pretty out there. But as society starts to snap out of whatever it's coming in, or the mothership is coming, I don't know what's happening. Nobody really knows, and obviously that's the point of it. So yeah, we're just I guess just obviously observing the NPC experience here. Those that don't want to, unbuckle. So they're buckling in, or we're buckling in, or whatever you want to call it. But obviously, those that are, pulling out of the matrix programming, you go into more observer mode, and just watch the whole thing collapse in some form or another. Yeah, it's like watching the building burn, but still not a full catastrophe, no. But yeah, it's just like you feel the building blocks of whatever is here to come. Yeah, because like I said, NPC people, I mean, they given a chance to, those are, no, obviously there's different levels, but those that are given a chance to break free, but they choose not to, rather be a trained SEAL and complain every day and just be a materialistic psychopath. Cry about materialistic crap doesn't mean anything. So, narcissists. Yeah. Something to be proud of, right? Yeah, they let money kind of rule their life. What kind of life is that? I mean, obviously you need it to function, but when you let it rule over you the way a lot of these NPCs do, like MSNBC, or is it MSNBC? No, CNBC. That's the financial channel. The financial channel energy. Not that you need to go watch it, but I did check into them. And yeah, it feels very. Talk about one-dimensional. Ain't a hell of a lot out there. And Fritzy's here. And if I pick her up, she's gonna kill me. There's Fritzy. Hi, Fritzy. Fritzy, I'm gonna pick you up. Oh, don't kill me. There she goes. Not gonna do it. Yeah, that'll be end of broadcast. Fritzy, what is it? She's a big ham, too. She hardly ever shows up. Too busy living the good life. With her feet up. Snoring. Yeah, she couldn't handle the outdoors. During the day, but not at night. Not when the creatures come out. Even during the day, you never know. Coyotes and all that shit. She's not trained like that. I think she can take on anybody, but I don't think that's the case. I think she's capable, that's for sure. But we're not going to test it. So think of a spiritual disconnect from always to see it from more NPC point of view if it's necessary. As the walls come down, whatever the hell that means. Yeah, this is kind of like our Vietnam. I mean, spiritual Vietnam to some level. It might be a mundane existence, but it's just anything goes astrally. It's just such a mystery, of course. That's the point of it. I guess when you see the reveal, the outcome of all this, okay, now I see why we're here. Because while you're in it, it's just kind of gotta just take us out of our freaking misery already. Of course, you have to disconnect from all the NPC programming because they're reflecting all their garbage on everyone. Isn't my life the greatest? They're mediocre incarnations. They're just kind of they're putting out on others or it's a victim thing. Also, it's don't you want this? No, not really. You can keep all that garbage to yourself. especially all that spiritual manipulation, keep that too. Because then they fall for that crap. And then they know everything. And golly, man, shit. Can't have a leapfrog from one manipulation to the other, huh? Yeah, it just shows you how sophisticated the web is. But yeah, little details, for example, my work situation, majority of it has been cut. There's like little threads here and there that have not been fully sliced out, but for the most part, the beast has been taken down. So yeah, it's still kind of rebuilding after that. It's like taking down King Kong or something like that. Narcissism. So yeah, materialistic nonsense. Yeah, don't need that crap around. But that's the other thing, like you're living your day-to-day life. I imagine some people feel the projections of others. Either they're going through their own doom, or they're trying to project how great their lives are, their Facebook lives, or whatever the fuck it is. And that clearing out that crap is so important, because they just trying to tell you that their house is burning but everything's fine. They're just trying to project all that, what normal is. So being a half-baked human, is that normal? A powered down, insecure, fearful, sometimes what do you call it, narcissistic, depending on who it is. Self-destructive sabotage. Kind of like a mole. I think moles they do more of their abilities than a human does half the time. But yeah, this is kind of like the Brave New World in our version of it, because society is so programmed in different ways, but not fully controlled. But there is quite a bit of it. It has a version is a little bit of version of Brave New World 1984, because technically we are kind of spied on technically, but you don't have to give in your power to that. You don't have to get paranoid either. Just cut the energy of it. Just don't worry about it. Of course, yeah. The 1984 energy is it's mostly about paranoia. I would say none of it's real here and there, but it's really about paranoia. Give in your power, give away your victim, yada yada yada. Because that whole thing, when you think about it, is a victim novel when it gets to it. Also, it is a telling you of what's happening, but it's also some victim energy there. It's different ways of looking at it. And the Brave New World is basically just control of society, which we're in. Of course, same thing in 1984, but yes, we have pieces of it. They haven't all figured out, right? I'm sure they do. It's not usually disconnecting from everything, which is connecting more to your inner multiverse, intuition and everything, and just understanding your environment more and more. It's really it's basically just, it doesn't mean necessarily being psychic. I don't think that's not always, sometimes, but more of like your intuition monitoring skills gets sharper and better. But clearing out, the energy of others is so important. It's difficult because you don't always notice other people's stuff. There's no rule book on that, right? Not telling you to clear the energy. You might be doing clearings, but I don't know, some sneak in though. So anyway, see kitty cats here. I think I did those errands yesterday. I can't remember. Cat. I can't remember who I connected to yesterday. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Connected to the canines. Because as you look at a dog, they're man's best friend and being told what to do, like a human. And they go through similar health issues here and there, not exactly, but there are some similarities there. So, but they're can be easily programmed, controlled, and so on. So, yeah. So anyway, all right. Yeah, definitely feel the demonic realms projecting all everything, not everything, but I think you could say they're projecting this reality, I guess, because is Luciferian, physical. Of course, as the Archon is connected to us. I guess it is a. I never really looked at it that way, but I guess it's kind of yeah. I mean, this is hell, right? A version of it. So yeah, so the demonic realm is reflecting the infrastructure. Yeah, it makes sense. Creating this, this VR reality. Yeah, creating the physical realm. So yeah, I guess it's. I just never really thought about it, at least the term of it. But yeah, that's what I'm getting is just, yeah, the demonic realms are created. So you're what's the Matrix and all that? What created the physical realm? Are we in some VR set now? Basically, we're in a demonic VR set, a hell demonic set, demonic physical realm, obviously, right? And yeah, we come here to heal it, break down the pieces of it. So you yourself can alter it with your own frequency for the better. It's like breaking down the code of the game. Yeah, like the Matrix very much. But not, out to attack anybody, right? It's just basically you're breaking through your own, the walls of your reality. So you can manifest easier. And it just tells you how intense this place is. But yeah, it makes sense. It's like a demonic land grab on the soul energies. So yeah, what I'm getting is like, obviously the lower dimensions, the hell realms. Yeah, I can project this reality here. Yeah, so if you're in like Atlantis and you're non-physical, you're la-di-da, but then you get kind of bitten by the darkness, the kind of like I use the word chocolate. Is you get or hit by depression or whatever it is. You get kind of like the negative pinch, or understand the realm, a glimpse of it, whatever it is, and some get kind of aroused by it, you can say, and get excited about it, self-torture basically. And then they can, in their energy field, kind of get possessed. They manifest it, however you want to word it. Yeah, I know this. So that's why I remember it comes through the individual. It creates this reality. Like they allow darkness to go through them that affects others. So, like you're in a Atlantean realm. Oh, we'll just use that for example. Here. Non-physical realm. It's like, how do you stop? How do you even notice something like that? I guess you could, depending on what frequency you're at. But even then, it's like, what the fuck is this? Because it's like a mold is coming in. It's creating the physical realm. I mean, well, because they can mess with you mentally and all that too. Right? Block your view, your intuition, all that. Even if you're not even doing it, you know that, right? So, but yeah, it's basically a demonic projection from the lower dimensions that is creating this realm, and to capture the soul. So yeah, we're in there. Well, that's why I say the devil is programmed, not to be a victim of it, but it's not entirely. It's just a incubator or a test. Yeah, it's not the full. It's not the full takeover. It's just basically it's their realm, basically. Well, you hear about angelic beings going to lower astral. Well, here you are. It's just, I guess it is lower astral, I guess, if you want to look at it. If you want to word it that way. The physical lower astral. Yeah, so if it's like, here I'm going to hell to fight the bad guy, well, here you are. And most of society is tapped out. They're just checked out. So all I can do is, just be yourself and protect yourself. Anyway, okay, we're going to oh yeah, canines. Okay, where was this? Greetings, we had Syrians, the canine frequencies. We're just here for a short moment. Of course, yes, we're observers of your reality. How far basically the man just lose their soul here, and yes, they become like a joystick. Basically, other beings control them, like a video game. Yes, a avatar. And it's just amazing how many let go of their power so easily. Or they easily give up. So it's like you're playing a video game and all of a sudden someone else takes over your role, basically. Only the strong survive. But you're also putting the fire out, or the energy out, for others to regain their spirit. Take their soul back. Because it's not fully gone. Even the empty vessels that are here, or whoever. Yeah, it's like you can come back into yourself. And not easy. A lot of wounds there. Well, because they allow themselves to be attacked by others and go into a version of hell or someone else's hell realm, be tortured by them and so on. It's like someone else's torture chamber. But when you come back into your own energy and clear that out, especially the victim frequencies, yes, you're, well, obviously your soul needed that. Needed that beating. Lack of love, but also just one's self-respect. It's not easy for that. Well, because they're easily let down, easily just being told they're not worthy. And so the beings who are doing this, not to say they're all that worthy, but they know how to project worthiness, even if it isn't worthiness, it's just mostly control. So, and you are snapping out of this system. Basically, the idea, all of this is all about for this reality to become easier. For all of you, but for you to have more of your abilities to see the game more clearly. It's to see the challenge before the challenge hits you. It's like, oh, there comes a challenge, things. And so others just go right into it. And they're trapped there for a long time. So basically, this is, this is for anyone, for their soul to, be powered back up, come into, reconnect to their avatar. So they can feel more aligned with themselves. At least you're putting it out there for them. Yeah, so, yes, it is confusing because so many say no. It's like they don't feel like they're worthy enough. So they continue to be tortured and controlled and be a victim and all of them. They don't want to make their own decisions. So, we'll leave you with that, blessings.